All right, so we're joined by my friend, admissions counselor, Mississippi College, Grace Jetzel. So glad to have you with us today to talk about all the great things happening at Mississippi College, including their new Leland Speed Scholarship. I've got a room full here with me of seniors at Velma Jackson High School. We're recording this for all of our friends in Madison County Schools, at Ridgeland High School, Madison Central High School, Germantown High School, and the Academic Options Center. So we thank you so much, as always, for taking some time for us today.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. And I work with all students in Madison and Rankin County. So anytime anyone has questions, or if you do apply to MC, I am happy to help you navigate the entire admissions process. So today I'm going to try to give an overview of what Mississippi College has to offer, especially the Speed Scholarship, but just give you some ideas of MC that you may not have had just from knowing that it's right down the road from you. So yeah, thank you.
All right,
I'll get started. So Mississippi, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Sorry. Go ahead. Are you asking me questions?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just give a short little intro.
Okay.
Mississippi College is in Clinton, Mississippi. We are about 200 years old. We'll be 200 years old in 2026. And so we're the oldest university in Mississippi. But this is a really exciting time at MC. We have record enrollment of students. We have almost 5,000 students, about 4,800 this year. More programs offered than ever. So yeah, it's been really cool. We have over 85 different majors you can study in our undergraduate programs. And so anything you want to do, there is probably a way for you to do it at MC. And I'm happy to connect you with any faculty you need, but that's just a little big picture of MC.
Yeah, and even though you do say it's a record enrollment, a couple of things that MC offers that the larger universities cannot is that it's a smaller class size. Because especially, coming from high school, I don't care who you are. Coming from high school, if you coming from a small or mid-sized high school and you go to a large university, you can get lost in the shuffle. It's not that we're not saying that can't be a good fit for someone, but if you know you need that learning to where the professor knows your name, you're in a class with a smaller setting where you'll get that attention that you need. MC could be a great fit for any student that wants that attention to their education.
Absolutely. Yeah. Most of our class sizes are 15 to 20 people. There might be one class you take that's like 40 to 50, but we really don't even have a space for people besides that one class that fits that many people because we prioritize you being in that smaller class size. It's mostly class discussions, and you know the people in your classes and you know your professors really well. So,
and another thing.
One of the main things. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's delaying on me. I apologize, but go ahead and finish. I'll get to my next point in a second.
No, you go ahead. I'm totally free. Whatever you say.
Okay. Well, and the other thing is that it is a Christian university, but a lot of people get confused and just think that only offers Christian, the Christian and Bible majors, and that's not the case. It is a Christian education. But I think that's very important to understand that just because you're going to a Christian college doesn't mean you have to be a pastor or a youth minister.
That's totally true. A lot of people that come and ask me questions usually will say, do I have to study the Bible or be a pastor basically to get a degree here? But we have, like I said, over 85 different majors in so many different fields. All MC students do take an Old and New Testament class at some point in their 4 years here, but being a Christian studies major is just one option out of many. So you have possibilities to do so many different things through a Christian university. And the benefit of a Christian university is learning how to love people through any job and how to serve the Lord in any job, because you don't have to be a pastor to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And because, I've heard kids say that, and I just think it's important, to let everybody know, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a teacher, Mississippi College still has all those majors. It's just a Christian university. So I think that's great. We need to make that distinction as well. And another thing, you guys just got you got the Chick-fil-A on campus. You got a lot of cool things for students as far as meals and all that kind of stuff. So talk about that, because there's a lot of cool things with that as well.
Yeah, so life on campus is really fun. About 90% of students at MC live here, all 4 years. So it's a place that you're doing life with people. You're not just going to class and going home. We have Chick-fil-A on campus. We have a Starbucks on campus. We have a place called Pimentos, which is kind of like a cafe you can go to and get chicken tenders or quesadillas or little things like that. And then we have a place called Einstein's Bagels, which is coffee, bagels, sandwiches, and all of that is part of our student union. And every student gets $500 a year in student points, part of your
Wow.
package that you get from coming to MC to use at those places. So on your way to class, after class, in the morning, whatever time you want, you can stop by and use your points instead of your money to get those things. And that's been a huge blessing. When I was a student at Mississippi College, we added that like my senior year. So my first few
Wow.
years at MC, we didn't have that play and stuff. So it's been really cool to see it become a big part of MC.
And another thing about MC, and I know MC has a great partnership, you know, because we talked about being pre-med to be a doctor, and that's what my cousin, who's currently at MC, is taking advantage of that. MC has a great partnership with the University of Mississippi Medical Center, as far as dental and med, and also the law school as well. So it's not just the education that you get, it's the connections that you build. And there's all kinds of student organizations there
Yeah.
that you can have a degree, but if you haven't networked yourself, it's kind of hard to get to that next level. But MC does a spectacular job of not only getting you the education, but connecting you with the people in your field to help you nail that career once you leave MC.
Yeah. So one of our parts of our mission statement is academic excellence. And so whatever you're studying here, we want you to feel really prepared to do it. We want you to feel like you have access to experts in that field, and that once you leave and graduate, you're ready to step into that. So part of that is our professors. They're incredible. They consider their jobs a ministry, and they want to pour into students. And so you're going to be able to go into their office anytime and ask questions. You're going to know them personally. My professors like came to my wedding in Louisiana and had me over to their house for
Wow.
dinner throughout the years. And so it was definitely not just one that, yeah, they're really personal and they really care. And we're not a research funded institution, which just means that they can focus on teaching in the classroom, and they're not outside the classroom trying to publish materials, do research. They're able to be right there with you. They pour into this job more than is required of them, and it's really makes a big difference in students' lives in the classroom and outside the classroom. But also they've been in your shoes before. They know what it's like to go into this field. They know, and they're keeping up with what you need to do to achieve whatever you're looking to do in that field. But you also have an advisor you have to meet with at least once a semester, and they help you make your schedule, figure out what kind of hours you need to have and what classes go best with where you are in college. And they help you with looking into internship opportunities and shadowing. When do you need to apply for med school and school and fill out and take those exams? And so you're not navigating that by yourself. There's also free tutoring in every subject, or you could be a tutor for a student job if you want to, but you have all the resources that you need to dig deep into the major you have and be prepared to graduate. There's honor societies for most majors, so you can do that networking. You can get to know what's going on in the field right now that's hot and that matters, so that you're on top of it. But there's a few statistics I want to mention. I'm going to read them so that I don't mess them up, because I'd rather get them right. But we have 100% passage rate on the praxis exam for future teachers. We have 2
Wow.
times national average medical school acceptance rate. We have 100% of our nursing graduates are employed within 1 year of graduation. And there's so many places right around MC that nursing students and medical students in general get to shadow and intern and get those hours, because there's so many hospitals right here. We have a great location. We have 100% passage rate to PT school and OT school for students with a
Wow.
3.5 GPA or above. So when you do well at Mississippi College, when you show up to class, when you put in the work and make those grades at MC, you're going to do well in PT and OT school, because we set you up for that. We have 82% bar passage rate for MC law graduates, and that is a really high statistic for law school in the United States. And then 100% acceptance rate to pharmacy school. So that covers a lot of our business, our medical, our nursing, our PT, OT, law school, some of the premier choices that people choose to study at MC, but also there's majors like communication, kinesiology, things that don't really require you to take a big exam. And so we're not measuring the passage rate of those majors, but those students are going on to do incredible things, and things that they're really proud of, and we are really proud of. So we want you to succeed, and we're doing everything we can to get you there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we've had some pharmacy students as well. And again, it goes back to having that partnership with the University of Mississippi
Mhm,
Medical Center and their pharmacy program where you would finish in Jackson. So you would never have to
mhm,
leave the Jackson area as a pre-pharmacy major. Now,
mhm,
your friend Caitlin was with us a couple years ago, and she made a great point. She said, when I left high
mhm.
school, I was thinking of I wanted to do the whole SEC football thing, and I wanted to be in the big crowd. And she said, I went to MC, but I was thinking I would go to Starkville or Oxford every weekend. And she said, and I never did. And again, and I'm an SEC football fan too, but it's like you just said, you have to look at what is really important to you as you move on through your college career. Now, if one of those schools is a great fit for these young people, that's great. But if you're serious about is getting into these fields that are in high demand, a place like MC could be a perfect fit for you because, like we said, not only is there the partnership after school or after you graduate, but you have those small classes. So I think that's
Mhm.
a thing that I really want these kids to understand is that it's not all about just having fun in the big crowd. And you can have a lot of fun at MC too. There's a lot of things to do as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I totally understand. I'm from Baton Rouge, so go Tigers. My whole family goes to all the things. And so I was the oddball that stepped out of that and came to Mississippi College. And I am very content with not going to all the games, but I definitely thought I would be home a little bit more. And I could tell that a lot of MC students are really connected to at least some big SEC team that their family supports and they want to go to those big events. And I think that's incredible. And I think we should support those teams, but you do not need to choose the college based on your favorite football team because there's, let's say, 10 football games a year and you're going, that's throughout your 4 years, 40 days of your 4 years. And you don't want to choose your college based on 40 days. You want to choose your college based on every day, based on what you're going to be doing every day of your college experience and who you're going to be with, what you're preparing for, and why you even go to college in the first place, which is to get a degree and to become that person that you're aiming to become. So some fun things at Mississippi College because it's a blast. There's never a dull moment. Are one big things are clubs and tribes. So it's kind of like MC's version of Greek life. There's 5 clubs and 5 tribes. They have date parties, swaps, socials, game nights, movie nights. They go to big events inside town and outside of town. They have weekly meetings where they'll meet and hang out together and plan fun stuff. And they all serve at philanthropies within the local area. And so we probably have 70% of our student body that participates in clubs and tribes.
Wow.
And it's really fun. So it's a really popular part of MC culture, but you don't have to do it. It's just one option that you get to have. And then also dues for clubs and tribes are about $100 a semester, whereas a sorority or fraternity would be thousands of dollars. So it's definitely doable to be a part of a Mississippi College club and tribe. It's not this prestigious like clique. It's you choose what you want to be a part of. It's everyone's friends. And so it's definitely a really great and healthy environment to be part of. But also we have tons of student events happening all the time that anyone can participate in. Sometimes that's a coffee or snow cone truck parked outside. Sometimes it's a water slide in the middle of the night or a capture the flag tournament or a paint party or a drive-in movie. We had a hot air balloon here the other day, or we'll have just like a crawfish boil. There's different things every day, but basically after class or on a weekend, you get to do something fun with everyone and people stick around on the weekends. It's not a suitcase college, as we call it, where you come for the week, you go to your classes, and then you go home. You can go home, but there's just as much happening every weekend as there is throughout the week. And so there's a lot of reasons to stick around. And there's a lot of students from out of state who this is home for this season. So they are sticking around for the long haul here. But we also have 18 Division II teams at Mississippi College. So if you want to play sports or if you just love that sports scene, we love to tailgate. We love to go make a student section at the games and hype up our athletes. You can also play intramurals, which we have over 20 intramural sports that go on. And almost every night from 9 to 12 p.m., intramurals is happening. So you can make a team with your friends, your tribe, your classmates, and you can participate in intramurals. I'm the least athletic person that ever went to this school, and I did it. So anyone can. And it's really fun even to just go watch because it's happening late at night after you finished your classes and meetings or whatever you have. And you can be part of that scene and just hang out and be there on the intramural fields. There's lots of student jobs if you want to work on campus or if you want to work on getting an internship or shadowing off campus, you'll have connections to that. But also student government, places for you to be a leader and be involved in what's going on at MC and making those changes that you see needed to continue to grow the campus. But there's really never a dull moment between you just being a college student and hanging out with your friends, doing laundry, doing homework and studying and hanging out, but also being part of anything you want to be part of at MC.
All right, I got two more questions before I get to the students' questions. The first one is, you deal with them. I know you mainly deal with the freshmen, but we do have some students that have already been accepted into some community colleges. We have a great relationship here with Holmes and Hines and East Central. So if a student wants to do the community college thing first, obviously, I mean, for different reasons, or for scholarships, things like that. But then they want to transfer to Mississippi College. How does that process go? And is that a difficult process to transfer to Mississippi College from a community college?
Great question. So we would love for you to transfer to MC. It's not a difficult process, and you have so many opportunities as a transfer. So we actually have several transfer admissions counselors that work just with our transfers. We get a lot of students from Hines and Holmes because those are the closest to us. But basically, we would need your transcript from Hines or Holmes, just like we would need your transcript from high school if you're coming freshman to be a freshman. But that transcript is what we would base your acceptance on. And then transfers can also get the Speed Scholarship, which I will talk more about the Speed Scholarship. But transfers can also apply for the Speed Scholarship and be awarded that, and be part of anything they want to be part of at MC. There is something special about starting freshman year because you're here throughout the 4 years with those same people, but stepping in as a transfer doesn't disqualify you from anything, and you've already got some stuff taken care of, and so you're starting kind of getting serious with your major. But it's not difficult to transfer, and we want you to be here, and I've seen great things happen for transfers at MC.
Yeah. Now, obviously, that was my next thing. We got to talk about this Leland Speed Scholarship because another thing that a lot of young people have told me is I'd love to go to Mississippi College, but my family can't afford it, which is a huge reality for a lot of people. But this has made a private university maybe the most affordable university in the state of Mississippi right now. So, talk a little bit about this Speed Scholarship because it is really, really incredible.
Yeah, I'm really excited to tell you all about this, because I want as many people to know about it as possible because it seems too good to be true, like we talked about. But the Speed Scholarship is a full tuition scholarship for all 4 years at MC. It covers all of your tuition. And to get the Speed Scholarship, there's a few things that you have to meet requirements for. Number one, be from Mississippi. So y'all should all be able to check that off. But Mississippi residents get the Speed Scholarship. You have to get admitted to Mississippi College. So to get accepted to MC, we need your transcript and we need your test scores. If you've taken the ACT or the SAT, either one, you can send that our way. But we base acceptance on ACT and GPA. I know you want me to say the exact GPA and ACT you have to have. It is a little bit more complicated than that. We are evaluating transcripts and scores kind of holistically, being a little bit selective in who we choose. But for the most part, if you have a 20 ACT, 3.4, 3.5 GPA, that's pretty safe, I would say. But you can also get in without those on some other things that we would be able to talk with you about once you apply. So sending your application, it'll come to me and I'll be able to help you with what's next. But get accepted to MC and be from Mississippi are those two top things. Number 3 is sign up for housing at MC. You'll get the opportunity to do that once you have applied, and housing opens usually in November. And you have to complete those 3 things by February. That is how you get the Speed Scholarship. There's one more step, and that is sending us your FAFSA. But everyone should be filling out the FAFSA anyway. And if you need help with that, let me know. But that is not a competition. Everyone can fill out their FAFSA. Everyone can send me their transcripts and their ACT scores, and everyone can sign up for housing at Mississippi College. And those things get you the Speed Scholarship. There's not a separate application to fill it out. It's just what you get once you meet those requirements. And it covers your tuition. So it's not a full ride to MC. But there has never been a better scholarship offered by Mississippi College. It's never been more affordable to go here. And just to give you a number amount, the Speed Scholarship covers more than $20,000. This past year, it was $20,246 a year.
Wow.
So what's left is the cost of living on campus. And that is going to be between $12,000 and $14,000 a year. is the meal plan, room and board, parking, fees, everything's included in that. Is 12 to 14, and that depends on if you choose premium or non-premium housing, which you'll get to look at our residence halls and see the difference between those. But basically what you're looking at after getting the speed scholarship is $6,000 to $7,000 a semester. But there's a few things you can stack on top of the speed scholarship to help go towards your housing cost. One of those is federal aid. So when you fill the FAFSA out and send it to MC, anything you get from the FAFSA goes on top of your speed scholarship. Then you fill out an application for state aid. You cannot apply MTAG to the speed scholarship because MTAG is Mississippi Tuition Assistance Grant, and your tuition is being covered. So your MTAG comes to MC, but it is not stackable. The state will send it no matter to whatever school you go to, but it does not add an amount to your scholarship package. But if you get MESG, which is the Mississippi Eminent Scholars Grant, that can stack on top of your speed scholarship. And that is for students who have a 29 or higher on the ACT and apply for state aid. So please apply for state and federal aid either way, because there's a few additional grants through the state of Mississippi that you might qualify for that do stack on top of speed. And I can help you figure out what those are and how that works. But federal and state aid stacks. Any outside scholarships from the community, from church, from school, from online, from Coca-Cola, and from Wendy's, and anything you apply for, it can stack on top of your speed scholarship. So be looking for those opportunities online in your community and keeping your ears open, and do the work it takes to apply for those, whether that's sending in a resume or having an interview or writing a paper. It's worth it. You can apply for endowments through Mississippi College. Usually those happen later in the spring, so February and March, but those are alumni donation. Those stack on top as well. And usually those are somewhere between $500 and $2,000 a year that you would be awarded.
Wow.
So in the spring, those can be applied for and stack on top. And then anything from involvement, whether that's athletics, choir, and band, which we give scholarships for, or something that you apply for at MC that you're part of, some clubs and several small things that give scholarships depending on your talents and your abilities and gifts. And I can connect you with those opportunities as well. But basically, I'm your go-to person that throughout the year, anything I know that works for you, I'm going to let you know about it. But as you can see, there's the speed scholarship plus some stackable things that do help you go and pay for those housing costs. I don't have many people that I see come to Mississippi College for free because it costs money to go to college. We're a private university, but I've never seen more people make it, and it's been really cool to see. Like you mentioned earlier, it's the comparable prices between MC right now and the other schools in Mississippi. It's really comparable right now. So it's a great opportunity, and we're gonna have a few scholarship competitions as well. For students who have certain ACT scores, and if that's you, I'll let you know about it. But those are opportunities as well to get more scholarships, and so there's a lot going on, and I want y'all to apply. Once you can apply right now. If you are watching Zoom and you apply today to Mississippi College and you email me and say, hey, I saw your Zoom and I applied today, I will waive your application fee for you. So take advantage of that. I'll get that fee waived. It's a $40 application fee. So if you just email me, which I can give y'all my email, it's gmdugas@mc.edu, gmdugas@mc.edu. If you apply from watching this Zoom and email that to me, then I'll get that fee waived for you so you can submit your application and we can get that process started.
That's awesome. Now, the only question I had about the speed scholarship, you did a great job explaining that. But would Mississippi College also recognize the HELP grant or Pell grant if a student qualified for that? Okay, so that could stack on top of the speed scholarship. Wow.
That's part of federal and state aid. So I've seen students get Pell and the HELP grant, and that really covers everything after the speed scholarship. So the Pell grant and the HELP grant are both able to stack on top of speed.
Yeah, and it's weird the way they're doing it. The state aid opens October 1st, so everybody needs to feel that. But the FAFSA doesn't open until December 1st this year, which is crazy. But everybody needs to stay on top of that. College is all about deadlines, and it starts right now. So but that's still, that opportunity is just unbelievable, and I really hope some people take advantage of it. Because cost. The one thing about Leland Speed, he didn't want people to not be able to come to MC because of the cost. And that's one
Yeah.
thing that MC, they want everybody that wants to come there and have a great education to be able to come there. And that's really, really awesome of the Speed family.
Yeah, he had a lot of pride in the state of Mississippi, and I think he recognized that one way to make Mississippi better and help Mississippi to grow as a state and as a community was to help Mississippi students get the best education possible. And so by creating this scholarship, more students from Mississippi can get an extremely valuable education right here at Mississippi College, and money is not a barrier to that.
That's awesome. Well, I do have some questions from the students, and these are all seniors. The
Yeah.
first one is Patricia Evans, and she asked, "What are the most popular majors at MC?"
That's a great question. A lot of the majors that I see are business. We have, like I said, we have a lot of majors, but I see a lot of people choosing some of our business majors. Nursing is really popular. And then anything in the medical field is really popular because it's an extremely competitive program, but really popular because of our access, like we mentioned, to UMMC, and so many great hospitals and clinics around here. So those are the three that I see a lot of people come in with, but I think there's a lot that are, I don't want to say underrated, but they're smaller, but for the students who choose them, they are really popular. I was a communications major. I will sing the praises of the communications department forever because it was an incredible experience. But MC also has a great program for students who want to be teachers and be in education, and physical therapy, occupational therapy, kinesiology. Those are some of the really popular ones. But there's some smaller ones like electrical engineering that we have MC in our physics department, computer science, and ministry studies and modern languages. If you want to do anything internationally, criminal justice, head straight into our law school, things like that. So those are popular.
Yeah, and I think that's also, I mean, obviously we're not worried about down the road, but I think that is also cool that MC is just one of two law schools in Mississippi down there in downtown Jackson. That's one of those things where, MC Law offers something Ole Miss Law does not, and that is you got law firms here in Jackson where they could get a lot of experience in law school. So people interested in the legal field really need to think about that as well. This is
Yeah,
Michaela Davis, and she asked, "What does MC offer that other four-year universities cannot?"
that's a great question. I had to answer this question the other day, so I feel like I might have the answer crafted a little bit. But I think the biggest thing that sets MC apart is being a Christian university. And like we talked about earlier, you do not have to be a Christian to go here, but your job is going to be, I mean, your college experience is going to be really wholehearted. So what you're learning about in your classes is not just here's the skills and here's the answer to the question, but why does your job matter and how do you meet people where they are and love them through your job? Because there's no job, even if you sit at a all day on a computer, there is no job that doesn't involve people. You are going to encounter people, and your job
Absolutely.
is going to be serving people. So I think MC sets you up really well to love people, to see the bigger purpose behind your job, and the community of Mississippi College, which includes the professors, the janitors, the admissions office, all of our staff that help Mississippi run are here because they believe in investing in students. And so it's not just a job for anyone. And I think that you can feel that in the atmosphere here. So you can go to so many colleges and get an incredible degree. You can go to so many colleges and you can make incredible friends. But I think MC sets you up really well to not fail. It's really hard to slip. It's really hard to slip through the cracks here. We're gonna be right here. You might get annoyed because there's a lot of people supporting you, but it's for your own good. And the Lord loves MC, and I think He's blessed it a lot, and blesses the students here. So that environment was really special.
That's awesome. I've got one more from the students. This is Tashanti Levy, one of our band members here. So you talked about the band and choir and things like that. And, and I think it's important, kids like, well, I'm not going to be a music major. You don't have to be a music major. You can get scholarships to be in these performance groups. So I think people need to realize that as well. But she asked, how much does the ACT score matter if I have a really high GPA?
That's a great question. So we are test optional this year. So you can submit just your GPA and not your test score if that's your choice. You would need to have a 20 ACT. I mean, a 20 ACT if your GPA is not great, but if you have a 3.5 GPA or higher, you do not have to submit a test score. So it's kind of a 20 ACT or a 3.5 GPA, one or the other. But if you have both of those, please submit them. And if you're concerned about submitting your test score and wondering how it's going to affect your acceptance, let me know and we can talk through exactly what that's looking like. Because I know I don't want you to be worried or stressed throughout this admissions process, but I want to help you get those answers you need. But it is, like I said, kind of a holistic thing. It's not a absolutely here's the answer if you have this score in this ACT. We're looking at each individual student. And so for the most part, 20 ACT or 3.5 GPA, but there's some exceptions we do make.
That's awesome. I think it's important to realize how much both of those hold weight. Now, everybody watching this now and watching this later, they're taking the ACT again soon. So I think that needs to be in the back of their mind to shoot, 20 is the magic number, to make sure you get where you need to be. So now we're almost out of time. And thank you as always for joining us. It's always a pleasure, and just, so many great things going on at MC. But before we go, tell us again how to get in touch with you, and then tell us again why these young people should consider going to Mississippi College.
Yeah. So getting in touch with me, please reach out to me, email me, call me. My email is gmdugas@mc.edu, gmdugas@mc.edu. And my phone number is 601-488-0271. And that is my work cell phone. So you can text me at that number or call me and I will get back to you. But I also, anytime a student applies, I text them. So I want you to have my number and reach out to me, and help you with this whole process. But
Yeah,
I believe students should pursue Mississippi College. Go ahead.
yeah. No, and even if you're even thinking about going to MC, go ahead and get the application in so they can have your information, and have yourself that option.
Yeah, applying to college is not saying I'm going to this college. It is getting your foot in the door. It is putting that college on your list. So I'm not telling you have to come to MC. I'm asking you to put MC on your list, because I know that God isn't leading every single person to MC. He has different plans for everyone, but I would hate for you to miss out on a great opportunity that's right in front of you just because you don't look into it. So I think you should choose Mississippi College because you're going to get an incredible academic degree, academic experience. You're going to meet so many people who are here for a purpose and who believe in why they're here, and people who care about you and support you. And it's right here. It's not too far away. Like I said, came from Louisiana because there wasn't an option like Mississippi College closer to me. But if I would have had something like Mississippi College 30 minutes away from me, that would have been incredible. And I think more students that I grew up with would have taken that opportunity as well. So you have a chance to come visit campus anytime you want, any day of the week. We will give you a tour. We'll set you up with a faculty member to talk with about your major. I'll help you and we'll talk about everything you have questions about. But we're not too far away. We'd love to have you on campus for a visit, and we would love for you to just come and see if this is a place that you could see yourself. But there's one thing I just want to mention that isn't necessarily about MC, but it's just a message for you as a college senior. Do not look for a college that you're going to find your identity at, because there's no college you're going to find your identity. You need to know who you are. You are not your college. You are not your high school. You're not the sport you play. You are your own person. You're created by God. You're God's child. And I just believe that you're not going to find yourself at a college. You need to go to a place that's going to help you to navigate who you are, but you're going to find that on your own. And so don't look for your identity at any college. And I think MC is going to set you up to know a little bit about the world that you're living in and how to love yourself and love others through that experience. But just my encouragement to you, know who you are, be confident in yourself, and don't look for somebody else to tell you that through the college search process.
That is awesome. That is some great advice. Thank you so much. Grace Jetzel, Mississippi College admissions counselor. Everybody watching, this is your girl. So make sure you get in touch with her for all things MC. Do it like a Choctaw.
Thank you. Go Choctaws.
All right. Talk to you soon, my friend.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.